We're going to be around the internet. We're going to start with the pros.
So we are doing the positive effects of the internet. Bill Gates once stated that the internet is a town square for the global village of tomorrow. And by this, he means the internet has given us opportunities and opened doors that no other technological advancement has given us. The internet originated in the 1960s and was opened to the public in 1991. The American Medical Association is considering guidelines for parents on the amount of time teenagers should be using the internet per day. This should not be restricted because the positive effects are very numerous, such as the ability to stay informed, education, and social skills.
Start out by saying my name is Anna and this is Zach. Unfortunately, one of our other partners were not able to attend today, so we will be reading this part and hope to portray what he was trying to stress. So, on November 6, 2015, a nationwide vigil occurred to protest net neutrality across the United States. As people gathered together in the Fight for the Future movement, they masked themselves, holding candles, flashlights, and even electronic devices to shine a light on the corruption in Washington, D.C. As the American Medical Association is considering guidelines on the amount of time teenagers spend on the internet, they must consider the betterment that the internet can have.
So one of the major positive effects the internet has in education, skills like nonverbal communication, cognitive skills, and advanced learning from video games are very, very evident. To begin, the positive advances in learning from the internet started with realistic scientist Nancy Shun. She took two groups of second graders, one studying normally and the other studying using internet video games, and had them take a test. Those who had been studying using internet video games did profusely better on the test than those who didn't. On the subject of nonverbal communication, the company and program Dynavox, which allowed autistic children and children with ADD and ADHD a voice in the classroom. They would not be able to excel without this program, and the program itself would not exist without the internet. Finally, cognitive skills are used from reading to even coding the computers itself. Without cognitive skills, children would not be able to use basic functions of life, and therefore the internet is definitely necessary, and the internet must consider this.
The internet has had many negative effects on teens psychologically. According to a study done by Stephanie Worcester with the University of Central Florida, found that when we use the internet to study for tests, quizzes, and exams, the information given by websites can be too much for our brains to handle and can cause them to overload and shut down. She also found that when we use this, it is also able to misinterpret the information and not be able to process it as well. Therefore, the study habits are unable to be carried out. According to Clemson University, there are two major psychological diseases regarding internet use. The first being EIU, which is excessive internet use, describes when a person's internet use is excessive but controllable by the individual. The second being CIU, which is compulsive internet use, describes when internet use is still excessive but is not controllable by the individual and needs psychological treatment to be cured. Therefore, the AMA must consider this con when deciding whether or not to have time limits on teens and their internet use to make sure that these health problems do not occur.
The second one would be in the category of social skills. Oh, in a study done by the Modern Technology and Communications Institute in Malaysia, they ran a study and found out that 54% of people use the internet from small tasks such as checking social media to major tasks such as completing projects. Because of this, they use the internet to fill all sorts of gaps, including escapist needs, recursive integrated needs, and social integrated needs. Because of this, the internet has become sort of a melting pot of people from different walks of life. It affects teens as well. Teens who run blogs tend to be more open-minded to groups of people that need help. For example, the LGBT groups, they often reach out to people over the internet. In a survey done, out of 400 teens, 3.82% of those teens felt that these people deserved equal rights as everyone else. This caused a massive increase in teenagers being able to contribute to society, which is part of the 5 C's of life. The others include caring, competence, character, and confidence. These are all the main factors of life, and I unlocked the sixth one, which is contribution to society. Without these blogs, their contributions would be nothing, and we would have a society full of people that would not care. Therefore, the AMA must consider this benefit thusly.
Another con of the internet is that it's allowed cybercrimes to be committed against anyone connected. Cybercrimes are criminal offenses committed by the internet, can be committed using the internet or aided by technology. With this being a fast-growing area and more people today connected to the internet than ever before, it has become a huge problem. One of the biggest victims of cybercrime is businesses. A study done by the National Computer Security Survey, or NCSS, found that in 2005, out of 7,818 businesses surveyed, 67% detected at least one cybercrime, nearly 60% detected one or more types of cyber attack, 11% detected cyber theft, and 24% detected other security incidents. These cybercrimes can have many different outcomes, such as altering data, bank fraud, theft, and much more. One of the highest profile banking computer crimes occurred in 1970 when someone embezzled over $1.5 million from accounts at the Union Dime Savings Bank. Using the internet, criminals are able to use this form of crime to do, in a lot of cases, more damage than otherwise would be possible.
The final argument that the American Medical Association must put under consideration is the ability to stay informed. On average, 81% of teenagers use the internet daily to review products, national news, and international news. With all these companies these days, they're releasing information that is not true about their products. The internet allows them to find real and false information about products and make a smart, decisive decision about the product.
And a study conducted on the use of web browsers to make online purchases, an average of 79% of female and 76% of male teens have agreed to partake in e-commerce as opposed to local businesses. E-commerce is defined as the sale and purchase of goods or services through electronic channels. With this change in market comes, businesses are out to see the trends and fluctuation of e-commerce to improve their businesses. A major example of this would be Amazon. With its advanced shipping capabilities and enhanced operating systems, Amazon is now able to advance themselves more as a business than as an online service.
In conclusion, the internet has undeniably changed the world, from online classrooms to friendships that span across all 6 inhabited continents. Some may say their negative effects outweigh the positives, but we believe the positives outweigh the negatives, such as being able to stay informed, education, and social skills.
One way to say that the internet provokes psychological problems in children. One could also counter it by saying that the examples of the suicide hotline, which have 24-hour, 7 days a week chat rooms with licensed psychiatrists and practice doctors. On the subject of businesses, ad revenue and basically making your business global rather than just staying in one place can increase profits dramatically. And finally, cyber warfare can easily be, not easily, but it can be detained by using by educating yourself on what to avoid on the internet, how to learn what a scam looks like, etc. Because of this, the positive aspects greatly outweigh the negative ones. All in all, the AMA must they must do as they wish with the citizens' best interests at heart. Because of this, unbridled internet use is necessary, and the AMA must use this to spur relationships within children and to have them educated about the world around them. Thank you.
In conclusion, the internet has had both positive and negative impacts on teens. But however, the AMA should consider the cons of this side because of teens being cyberbullied and attacked and becoming victims of cybercrimes, attracting psychological health problems using the internet to study for tests, quizzes, and exams, and causing them to change their future economic environment too rapidly.
While the internet has had some positive impacts, the AMA must consider all of this when choosing whether to add time limits for kids on the internet, since these facts are vital when deciding how much time they should be spending on the internet for their own health and safety.
Any questions for your side?
Did you guys come across any information on youth death through cybercrimes?
No, we have not.
It was actually our partner who was unable to attend that had actually researched the project on cybercrime. So at this point, I'm unable to post up any statistics or anything other than market research. So as of now.
I did see a study that figured that 1 in 10 people that were cyberbullied attempted suicide.
For the con side, now that you guys have finished with your research, has your view on the internet changed at all?
My view has changed quite substantially. I am pretty much used to be a pro of the internet. I enjoy it as part of my daily life and part of my education as a government school student. And to see that there are many different arguments for the con side of this, it has opened my eyes to a bit more of an understanding for those who choose to have the con of the internet and to understand why that is.
I personally use internet every day, all the time, my entire life. It has been part of what I do and what I personally enjoy for a very long time. To say an opinion on whether I would have a pro or a con, to start out, I was very much pro, obviously, I'm a teenager in this age, but as I had learned about the net neutrality protests and all of the people trying to find their own way to demand an uncensored and virtually free internet, like the inventor Tim Berners-Lee had sought out to be, I can't say my personal opinion without ruining that freedom that has been progressed so much over the past 30 years that the internet has been around.
Because of current impacts, like, since that people are probably like going to like the internet more now.
I mean, I like the internet. It hasn't really grown all that much, but I do appreciate and I really appreciate it.
Personally, I've always been very active on the internet, very active in some of the, feminist groups on the internet, etc. And I have very many friends on the internet. So yes, I do appreciate having those friends, but I also see the negative effects of cyberbullying. I've had to talk multiple people out of suicide before, most recent being Saturday, and it hurts to see that. But I do appreciate that I'm able to be able to talk them out of it. Without that, they would have done it and no one would have known that they were considering it had they not been on the internet that day.